Shalom Yeladim, and hear us well, for now is a story of Purim to tell.
It took place in Seuss-Shan so long, long ago. Now off to Persia we all will go.
In this beautiful kingdom ruled a king with no brain. Who'd think such a thing? He spent all his days and his nights having fun, parading his wealth in the warm Persian sun.
A queen named Vashti was his loyal wife. She promised to love him all of her life. She promised, that is, until he did ask, for her to perform an unthinkable task. At his grandest of parties the king did command Queen Vashti dance for royal men of the land.
I am not your servant, and dance I will not. I hereby refuse the king's mean plot.
She shouted as she quickly withdrew, for Vashti, you see, was not known as a fibber. She was, in fact, history's first woman's liber.
Vashti was banished, away she did go. Where did she go? That we do not know.
In this kingdom lived also the Jews, who could not practice the religion they did choose. No Torah, no challah, no matzah ball soup, for a villain named Haman.
Boo!
Had started a coup.
Bow down to me now.
Cruel Haman
Boo!
did say,
For I am an important man of the day. I'm the king's right-hand man. I rule that all that I see. If you don't bow down now, you will cease to be.
Meanwhile, back at the palace grand, an announcement went out throughout the land. A new queen to be chosen in an unusual way. A beauty contest held the very next day.
all the maidens of the land were forced to appear, from near and from far and from near. One such maiden had brains and had grace. Esther was her name, such a pretty face, encouraged by her uncle. Or was it her cousin? Mordecai.
I beg you, dear Esther, this you must try. With your brains and your beauty, you he would choose. Go, 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 comb your hair, wear nice shoes. Besides that, my dear, with your grace and your charm, you will blow them away. You'll be on King Ahasuerus's arm.
I'm unsure of myself, but I'm willing to go, because I love you. I love my cousin. Uncle. So I'll enter the contest. But please, Mordecai dear, promise me that you'll always stay near.
The contest was held, they came one and came all, and Esther, of course, was the queen of the ball.
Though Ahasuerus chose her, and she was now queen, there was one rotten rule she had not foreseen. Under penalty of death, she had to obey the following rule in an unbending way. Her new husband commanded she could only see him when he chose to see her and on his whim.
So now back to Haman.
Boo!
That cruel, crusty fellow. At the top of his lungs, he continued to bellow.
Bow down, now I command, or great harm will come to you in this land.
I, Mordecai, refuse to obey. I bow only to God to my last dying day.
Haman's
Boo!
face turned red with anger and hate.
I'll get you, my pretty, if it's the last breath I take. Ha 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 ha.
Mordecai turned his back, and other Jews did follow. As for Haman,
Boo!
well, his pride he had to swallow.
That Jew Mordecai has ruined my heinous plot. Because of this affront, I will now have to draw lots. The straw that I pick, the ones that come nigh, is the day that the Jews of Persia shall die.
Into his three-cornered hat he did cast all of the dates, the future, the past. The lot he had picked was the 13th of Adar.
Make everything ready, Adar is not far.
Right after Haman,
Boo!
he did pester, went Mordecai to see Queen Esther. Stealthily listening at the palace gate, 2 guards were plotting to seal the king's fate. Bigthan and Tarash were the names of the guards. Hearing their plot was terribly hard. Morty heard them, their talk he did broach, planning to kill King Ahasuerus.
Brave Morty protected his king and his land by revealing the plot in the palace grand. But the king did not know. He glanced on a look, but Morty's deeds was recorded in a grand official book. The king in his chamber that evening did read of Mordecai's loyalty in the book of good deeds. With the smallest of brains, the king thought and thinked.
Who is this Mordecai who saved me from the brink? Who is this man who foiled the guard's plan? I must reward him. Send for Haman.
Boo!
A question to you, Haman.
Boo!
I must pose. How should I honor a man who has been on his toes, who has saved my kingdom through heroic deeds, without a single thought to his own needs?
Well, this hero he is honoring must surely be me for saving the kingdom from the Jews for the king.
Haman
Boo!
pompously swelled with excitement and greed. He knew the king his words would heed.
I think, my dear king, no ward is too great. Give him diamonds and jewels, a house by the lake, fabulous clothing, and all of the best. Let him ride the king's horse on your next birthday fest.
Make it so, dear Haman.
Boo!
Loyal right-hand man, bring forth Mordecai the Jew. This is my command. Instruct all my tailors, my jewelers, my builders, to spare no shekels, nor rubles, or guilders. Call all the king's horses and all the king's men to honor this Jew again and again.
Haman,
Boo!
astounded and speechless at best, felt his anger spread from his feet to his chest.
Could it be that this man who refused to bow down must now be honored all through the town?
Seizing the moment, the opportunity here, Mordecai to Esther did appear. Using his wits and oh so clever brain, Morty made history. Now Esther has fame.
You must risk your life and go to the king and tell him about this heinous thing that Haman
Boo!
is planning. The Jews will all die. You must go, brave Esther. This you must try.
But cousin or uncle, I am trembling with fear. Without his permission, I cannot go near. It could be my life. I am so afraid.
To that I'll reply, you can do this, babe. Use your brains and your charm and your prettiest skirt and your shiny punim. What could that hurt?
So Esther swallowed her fear and she calmed her nerves. She went after this task with vim and with verve.
At a party she threw that very same night, she walked into the banquet, trembling with fright. Although shocked to see her, the king did beckon.
I'll see her. It's fine, I reckon.
Dear husband, I've gotten some news so horribly horrible that I did choose to come unsummoned to be by your side. You must listen to me. After all, I'm your bride. Risking her life, Esther told him the story of Haman's dastardly plan, evil and hoary. Esther, still trembling, explained to her maid, My lord, at the risk of sealing my fate, I must tell you something that to you may be news. Someone is planning to kill all the Jews. This includes Mordecai and all of his kin, and in this category, you must put me in, for you see, I am Jewish, but so loyal to you. Please don't hurt my people. Please don't hurt the Jews. I fear, my dear husband, unless you act with your heart, I too will die on the 13th of Adar.
Thinking the thoughts a king sure would think.
My loyal wife deserves a mink.
He called for his henchman, his number 2, to question again what he should do. In order to save his wife and her kin, Haman,
Boo!
of course, slunk right in.
Esther, dear Esther, tell Haman
Boo!
your fear. Don't be afraid. Tell him, my dear.
Okay, here goes nothing.
Said Esther inside. She looked straight at Haman
Boo!
and summoned her pride.
You wicked, wicked man! How dare you pretend that you are loyal to my king to the end? You who did plot to destroy all the Jews and will also kill me, whom the king did choose. For I too am Jewish, you hateful old coup.
Turn around, I'm the king. I give you the boot. I decree that the Jews have the right to defend, but your entire family will pay in the end.
The moral of the story, Yeladim, you now know, is to honor God and all people wherever you go.
To stand up and speak out for all that is right. And to you, Chag Sameach, Laila Tov, and good night.